Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Scott Horson, and today I have a little video about gaming and tabletop gaming in general, or board gaming, or whatever you want to call it. Let me get my camera situated right. So what do I want to talk about? Well, I want to talk about how important it is right now to be a tabletop gamer, or a board gamer, or a TCG card gamer, or something, and all that stuff. Well, you're thinking, well, what the heck does that have to do with anything, and why is that important? Well, it's very important for numbers of reasons, but because of the way our society and our culture are trying to individualize us and separate us out from everybody else into small little packets, I think we as people need to be more in tune with our inner board game player and our tabletop RPG player and our mini war gamer and our trading card game player. And I'm not talking like the digital versions like Arena for Magic the Gathering, or lots of these tabletop board games are also digitized now, so you can play them online through Steam or some other uh, game launchers. So what I'm talking about is getting in front of people, sitting down with other people that are don't even have to be similar to you, other than the fact they like to play games. You need to sit down and get in front of people and connect with people. It is so important to connect with people. I don't know, like I tell you, I've been doing this board game, this business thing for 7, 8 years, whatever it's been now, and I have seen so many young people come through here that, for the most part, were either very small groups that they would hang out with, or they were very individual, like stay away from introvert type people. Like, get away from me. I'm an introvert. Don't touch me. Don't talk to me. Blah blah blah. And those young men and women have come and become very, very socially adept. Going from being socially awkward to being socially adept because of tabletop board games is super important. And of course, the question always goes through your mind: well, how does that work? How does sitting in a room with 6 people or 5 people or 4 people or more people do that? Well, one, if you're playing a tabletop RPG, which is like Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder or Star Wars or any number of GURPS, any number of games and systems out there, you have to create a character for the game, right? And you have to guide that character through numerous challenges and obstacles with other people on the table. And to do that, you have to converse with these other people. You have to talk to these other people. You have to interact with them. And with that, you're gaining skills that you don't even realize you didn't have by the minute. You know, you're learning how to deal with the opposite sex. You're learning how to deal with people older than you. You're learning how to deal with people younger than you. You're learning how to deal with confrontation without being violent, without being the government needs to take care of this, without being we need to call the police to separate this out. We need to call a referee. Well, technically there is a referee. He's called a game master. But if he's a good game master, he will let the people sort it out as long as it doesn't get crazy. You know, and just playing just those games, you'll get all these skills, right? And you also get other skills. You get problem solving skills, because lots of these games, there's puzzles and mazes and mysteries, and you got to be a sleuth, you got to be a detective, you got to be an investigator, and you have to just go out and figure out and problem solve and figure out how to take care of a problem the best way you can in the most efficient way. I mean, it doesn't have to be efficient all the time, but you do have to figure out the problem. And not every problem can be solved with brute force, or, let the rogue do it, or let the barbarian do it, or let the Jedi do it. Sometimes you just need to do more. And as a game master, me personally, I like to challenge my players. I like them to get together as a group, even if they're not all friends outside of this. I like to get them to be really close friends inside, because then they work together. They don't want to fail together. They don't want me to win. Not that I'm trying to win, but they don't want me to win. They don't want the game to beat them. And with that, they socially interact with each other constantly. Anyway, as I said, though, lots of these guys have come and gone throughout the years. Some come here, they come play, and then they go to college, or they move and get married, or whatever. And it's heartwarming to know that something simple as a tabletop board game, tabletop RPG, or a board game or trading card game has made a big difference in their life. Makes them more adept at talking to people, makes them more adept at dealing with people in other situations outside of here. What if you're a socially awkward introvert that wants nothing to do with people, and you have to go work somewhere for a living? You're not going to go out and get a job that you're just sitting by yourself somewhere out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, there are jobs like that, but you're not probably going to get that. So you're going to have to deal with other people. And if you don't get some kind of skills to dealing with other people, you're going to quit your job. You're going to be miserable. You're going to move from one job to another, hoping that you can find that perfect job that's not there. In the end, what you need to do is sit down and play with other people. You need to talk to other people. You need to interact with other people. Humans are social beings. I don't really think any of us, maybe a few of us, but very few of us were meant to be alone for any significant portion of time. And I like to think that game store owners, as me and others that run small businesses like we do, we're doing our part to make sure that you guys are getting together, you're hanging out, you're building a better community, you're getting to know people in your community, and you're learning new life skills that are super important for every aspect. Learning how to deal with people isn't good for just being in here or playing a game. It's good for jobs. It's good for everything. It's good for how you interact with your boss. It's good for how you interact with coworkers. It's good for how you interact with problems on your job. So, you're working on a line or something. You're working in a factory. You're working on a line. You're trying to troubleshoot something. Man, all the gaming you've done in here can definitely help you troubleshoot. It helps you with basic math. It helps you with all kinds of stuff, reading and writing and anything else that goes along with it. So, yes, tabletop gaming, get out there and do it. Board gaming, same basic concept. You have to get with people to play board games. I mean, it's just, you should. You need to. I beg and plead with people who are, just trying to stay at home and, fly under the radar. Don't do that. Get out, go to your game store, go to your local club and see if you can get in and play games and do stuff with other people. There's nothing more rewarding than a group of friends sitting around and playing a game that you have to interact with each other and you have to play either against each other or with each other or both. And you just have to, until the game is over. It's absolutely wonderful. And you make lifelong friends that way. I know I've made a lot of friends this way, and I've lost no friends this way. I've never lost a friend that I game with. Now, yes, some of my friends move away and do things. That's fair. But I would say that none of them would say, no, he's not my friend. I wouldn't say that about them. I can't think of anybody right off the top of my head that I've gamed with that I'm saying, no, you can't be part of my life. You can't be part of my gaming group. Unless they've done some atrocious thing to me, which none of them have. Gamers are just not like that for the most part. They're all lifelong friends, Any one of them coming here from games I've played 10 or 15 years ago and said, hey, let's play a game. I'll tell them what day we're playing and they can come in and play. It's just that simple. And it would be like we never left, we never stopped playing, right? Anyway, yeah, so I guess that's the video. Is just about making sure you get to your local game store, you get out, your local club, whatever it happens to be, you get out and you play board games, you play trading card games, you play tabletop RPGs, you play mini war games. You just get out and interact with people. This country is lacking in that so bad right now. They have all these events for stuff, but they're like online events now. And after the pandemic we had, everybody's geared to being online and doing everything remotely. You know what? Forget it. If you forget it. I get remote. I get it. But in some things it's okay. But other things, you just need to get out there. You need to deal with other people because guess what? Even on the other side of this screen, the other side of this recording, there's more people listening to me. And I need to be able to pass my sincerity off, my desire to show them and show you as the viewer that you need to get out and you need to be with other people. We have people that come in here and game. They come in here and game just to socialize. They don't really come here to game because they know that they need to set aside time to socialize. So they literally do that. They just need something to get away from their normal everyday routines, whether it's jobs that are busy or crazy. They come in here and they just socialize for that one day every other week or that one day each week, and come in here and hang out with people that they would call their friends, And again, we're all that way. The gaming community pretty much accepts anybody. And yeah, there's people that don't get along. I understand that. But for the most part, that's not how it works. For the most part, it's just a bunch of people getting along for the purpose of playing a game and enjoying each other's company. And I promise, if you do that, the world will become a better place. Our country will become a better place. The state you live in will become a better place. And so will the county and the city. Because you sat down, you learned who your neighbor was, and you played a game with them. Long gone are the days of getting together with all your buddies, sitting at the diner, sitting there drinking coffee, having a snack, and just BSing with people. Those days are gone. And there's very few. The older generation that still do it are slowly disappearing, and at some point we won't have that anymore. So I think that the next generation, the generation that's coming behind them, needs to say, we need to start hanging out with each other. And the easiest way to do that is get a board game, get a tabletop RPG, get a mini war game, and just play. Just that simple. I hope that whatever I said has made some sense to you. I hope that you understand what I'm trying to get my point to get across. I know I've repeated it many times in this whole speech, and I hope that you go out and you play some games with your friends, and don't be shy. Don't be shy. Just go into a game store. If they got games going, there's probably people sitting around waiting to play. Anyway, until next time, my name is Scott. You call me Guff. I'll be signing off.